This Nissan Jeep was pulled out of an unfenced dam in Judah community in Kenya this Wednesday, 18th January 2023. After the car was parked, the policemen and locals were shocked when they discovered two dead bodies inside. These bodies were that of a man and a woman. And they were not just dead, they were completely naked and dead. As naked as they were the day they were born. At first glance, their nakedness gave the policemen and the locals the impression that they were lovers. Maybe a husband and wife who came sightseeing and got drowned while in the act of lovemaking. But the question that was on everybody's mind was, how did this car move from the land where it was definitely parked and they were obviously inside enjoying themselves? How did it move from the land towards the dam with both of them not being aware and escaping before the car plunged into the river? Was there nobody around when the car was moving towards the dam? Was there no locals around? Nobody who saw when this car was submerging inside the water and raised an alarm or called for people to come and help in rescuing anybody that is in the car? Is this a pure case of homicide-suicide? Were they poisoned from where they were coming from? Or did this tragedy happen because they were in an advanced state of inebriation? These questions and many more plagued the minds of the eyewitnesses and the policemen who saw the dead, naked bodies of these two lovers in the drowned car. But guys, before the end of that day, from the statements of the eyewitnesses and the locals, together with the new evidences gathered from the investigations carried out by the police, the story is no longer what we assumed it was. The truth of what happened and what led to what happened that day will not just shock you, it will leave your mouth wide open in disgust. My people, residents and eyewitnesses confirm that this dam, that this environment in the video is the famous Titanic Dam in Juja, I think a community in Kenya. They revealed some worrying details about this area that will make it an easy venue for anybody of cheap value. According to them, this area has been the new Sodom and Gomorrah, a place where nasty things happen freely and easily. They said many rich Kenyans drive posh cars to this area with some young girls, and they come and go freely without being detected. They also say that if you look around, you see that the area is littered with used contraceptives, which made me come to the conclusion that maybe this place is like a disguised open brothel where these men come to scratch their sexual itches without being detected, without being identified by their friends or relatives or business partner or even their wives or husbands. You know, like a no man's land. Everybody mind your business. You come do your do and go your way. I think that's the attraction. So guys, at first instance, this has given us a first impression of the kind of person these dead lovers were. When the police searched this man's car, I guess they found his driver's license or his ID cards and even his papers, his car papers. And from there, he was identified as Mr. Tyrus Maina. But they were not able to identify the lady that was with him. So, with the identity of the dead man at hand, the police went ahead in search of his relatives. My people, it was at this stage that the sympathy the people had for this man began to dwindle. Because the police discovered that this man was actually a married man, but not married to the lady that drowned in the car with him. He was married to a different lady entirely, and they were blessed with children. That means the lady that drowned in the car with him was his side chick. But guys, this story is just beginning. The shocking revelations are yet to come. The police approached the man's wife and asked her to come to the police station, I guess to identify whether the man is actually her husband or not, and if he is, to answer some questions, make her statements, and do the normal proceedings. This woman, Mrs. Sarah Kiru, confirmed that he was actually her husband and that they've actually been married for many years. She then went ahead to give her own version of the story. She told the police what happened the day her husband got drowned in the dam with his side chick. She first of all said her husband was a businessman who dealt in various engineering machineries. According to her words, she said, "My husband left home for work on Monday morning and we spoke in the evening around 7 p.m. He said he was in Juja for a business meeting. I asked what he would want for dinner and that was the last time we spoke." Then she further stated that after the short conversation she had with her husband, her attempt to reach him were futile as his phone went off and no message were being replied. She said, "I called and sent him messages, but he was unreachable. Very unusual of him because he has always been accessible." Then it was not until Tuesday, January 17th, around midday, that a friend of hers asked her to report to Kimbo police station. That was where she learned about her husband's death. Guys, what surprised everybody, both the policemen at the police station, friends, relatives, and people in the internet, was the fact that when she was asked whether she knew the naked woman that drowned in the car with her husband, her reply was, in quotes, "Although I do not know her, I believe the woman who was with my husband that night was a friend. He had so many friends because of the nature of his business." Guys, people were hailing this woman for her composure and her discretion in handling this her husband's scandal. She definitely knew the woman with her husband was his side chick. But she didn't want to say anything that would start unraveling issues she didn't want to face or handle at this point in time. She was not emotional, she was composed and comported. She did not go on shouting and breaking down the roof and telling everybody how unfaithful and irresponsible her husband had been all through their married life. Her statement was just like her silently saying, "Let the dead bury their dead." People in the internet and different social media platforms made this grieving wife a heroine for not washing her unfaithful husband's dirty linens in the public. But that is not the peak of this tragic incident. Another unexpected blast is coming. Another source in the internet later revealed that Mr. Titus told his wife on that fateful day that he was going for a meeting with stakeholders from a ballast company where he worked. Little did she know that he was going to meet with his other lover. Then the two lovebirds proceeded to Juja Dam, a scary place popularly known to host couples. Now, Mr. Tyrus drove to the dam and parked his car by the side, and then, together with the unidentified lady, they started merrymaking inside his car while drinking alcohol. After a while, an argument broke out between the two of them, and the man wanted to leave. He started his car, but because he was too drunk, instead of reversing, he drove straight into the dam. Unfortunately for both of them, professional help could not come on time, because it was obvious the locals who witnessed the tragic incident were not able to rescue the man and the woman. My people, as if we've not had enough. As if the fact that this man died a shameful death is not enough. As if in mockery of this man's wife's pain, devastation and shock was not enough. Another news broke on the internet that the next day, another woman arrived at the police station claiming that Mr. Tyrus Maina, the dead man, the married man who died naked with his side chick, was her legal husband, and so she demands the right to bury him in her homestead. Guys, with this new twist, the matter has become very, very complicated. I am left dumbfounded. Could this be true? Is this man actually living a double life? Married to two different women and still they were not enough for him, and he was so deprived of sex to the point that he had to go seeking for it in a cheap way. Now I keep wondering, what was his last thought? Was he so drunk that he was not able to ruminate about his life? Was he sober enough to think about the things he was leaving behind? At his moment of truth, was he remorseful? Did he wish he didn't bet the good things God has blessed him with on the altar of momentary pleasure? Did he pray for a second chance to right his wrongs, or did he congratulate himself for finding himself in such a deadly predicament? It is so, so sad. So, my people, I will leave us with this word. Learn to count your cost as you are drawn to pursue the forbidden fruit. Because at the end of the day, the penalty is not going to be equal to the pleasure. It may take 1,000 years to build a city, but a small spark of a matchstick can start an inferno that will destroy the whole city. Thank you for watching. Please, if you know more about this story, please drop them in the comment section. And whatever be your opinion, let me hear them all in the comment section too. Please like and subscribe to our channel and also follow us on Facebook for more. Thanks for staying with me thus far. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye.